Hi Sam, congratulations on finishing your film. It's looking absolutely amazing. I apologise for not being there for the moderation screening. I wasn't aware, I don't think any of the other sessions were aware that was going on, so something weird going on there. But needless to say, I'm happy that you've finished and I'd like to spend a few minutes just going through your film with you. Everything that I've seen before looks fantastic. I think that there are a few things which I haven't seen before or haven't experienced before, such as the sound, that we need to maybe have a quick discussion through. I'm not sure how irrelevant what I'm going to be saying is to your overall eventual outcome, because if you are getting someone else to do the sound, that's all well and good. Now, the first issue that I had with this is that with this this first thing, it's not 100% clear with the silhouette of the mother what's going on. So several ways I could read her. I could read her as a mother who is holding up her baby in her arms and kissing her baby, the little boy, and I don't know what that bit there is, which looks distinctly like a hand being pointed. So she might, it doesn't read clearly in that sense, or in the other way, if it was the mother and that was her neck and that was her body and that was her arm pointing that way, then that doesn't read either as to what this thing here is. And if it's her child, then she needs to have her child here in her arms and have that kind of reading clearly to the camera as to what's going on, and also to explain why that girl is so pissed off at the moment, because it's not really clear. And I think it's a pivotal point of the film to make that statement at the very, very beginning. The next issue I have is just really with the sound. You want to make some clear demarcations, and I know you've done this in your film, and you can see that as she comes through, that there's two things that you really need to do. I'll just get up a new file just so I can draw on it. Two things you need to have. You need to have an area where there's nothing but rain and ambient, and that's it. I don't think it calls, you might have your street noises as well. So that's soundscape A, and that needs to occur whenever you've got your little boy coming in, interjecting, and then you need your transition time between the two, as we have some build-ups, introduction of some instrumentals, and then we have the blaring "I'm in my fantasy world," which is all orchestra. And that's all the stuff that you currently got there, but we need this wall. It's absolutely essential to be there in between those two sections, because at the moment the emotional flow through isn't there. So you've got that. Lose the piano, lose the guitar, it doesn't help. The sirens are good. I think that the noise of rain might be helpful as well, because it rains. And I think that the guitar, lose it. Introduce the sound. Don't introduce the sound yet. Start the sound here. So this is where the sound needs to come in, because you need to have a little bit of reflection time saying, I'm really pissed off about what just happened, but I'm going to do what I always do, which is to escape. And as she said this, then out comes the music, which reflects her inner world, her inner emotional state. So this is all fine. I'll turn the volume down a bit. And then when you do this section here, give the note to whoever's doing the audio, if it's Nathan, give it to Nathan, that you need to have a huge build-up and crescendo as soon as you go into the world, such that when we get to this moment where you've got this interaction with the dragon, then it's not going to be such a huge blast. That sudden change in sound there is quite dramatic, but if you've already been building up to that crescendo, it would just meld in nicely. And it would also help, particularly with this next part, which is where you're going to hit an audio wall. So as we're going through out of here, it's going to go crescendo, 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 and then boom, back to rain, or whatever it is that is causing that to happen. When we get into here, one of these moments here, it just needs to hit a wall and hit a rain. very strong contrast. I think that's one of the more important things about your film, is that someone's getting in the way, someone's interrupting her little dream world, and it's a rough interruption. So you want to make that interruption rough. I think it would also work better to hear some noises of maybe the creaking doors or the sounds of the real world. She's been woken up, and if she's woken up, you don't hear the music. Okay, so this sound, not necessary. You'd hear the good thing, and then you might introduce it as she gets the intention to come back in, get that to come up again. And then this is all good. That works well with the heartbeat now. And then another wall. Hit the wall. And the best part about all this is I don't need to even discuss your animation, because your animation is already fine. Everything works really well. I think that those movements there, perhaps the saccades in the eyes, the size and the change of those eyes is too much. You probably only have 25% of that movement looking side to side, because if you look from one side of the room to another, eyes don't move quite as much as that. The boys, okay, probably also a little bit much, his eye movement, but it's okay, it works. Come on, play. I like the way he moves, it's really, really nice. And here in particular, it's just rain, nothing but rain. You don't want to hear anything else. And it's going to build the emotional tragedy of it as well. And you can still have the I don't know what's going on with the codec there. You can still have the lightning bolt, that's fine, that works. And the reason why I say get rid of the sound, something's happened. I ripped this off your DVD, so it's probably a bit wacky, that bit there. Let's see if it's any better in Photoshop. Yeah, that bit got transcoded badly, so just ignore what you're seeing here on the screen. Your film doesn't look like this. When he comes back in, and then as soon as he presents the bear, we're still in rain sound, and then she opens up her eyes, and then you introduce the orchestral music again, which means, hey, we're going to go off together, and then everything's cool afterwards. So they're the main things that I would say, really, and that's pretty much all I've got to say, because otherwise it's your film. It's exactly as I've seen it before, and so that's great. So yeah, Sam, well done. It's a credit to you. I think a lot of this stuff you should stick onto your show reel. It's very, very strong animation, and if you can get the audio to work as well, then it's going to be a very, very strong film in total. So it's been a pleasure teaching you. I wish you all the very best in your animation career, and I hope to cross paths with you in the future. I'll see you at the screening, and congratulations on a very well-made film. You should be very proud of yourself. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.